This is the video for the main program of the headings game. I highlighted in green the first section of the main program. Starts out saying if the task is equal to 0, go to AA. Here at AA is where it initializes a new game. The next line, put the absolute value of game number into game number to make sure it's not negative. And the next one says branch if equal the game number to the was game number, go to AC. Well, they would be equal if the game was already running. But if it's not, it'll come down here and initialize the game. It'll set the was game number to the game number, set the task to 1, use the stat action to set up the sequence of notes for the blue note box, and then it calls subprogram 1 tab 0 to initialize the game, and then it exits. Well, here if the game was already running, we would have gone to AC. It would then say put note 1 into the blue note box, and then the next two lines have to do with showing the YouTube video, so we'll skip them. But after that, it's going to call routines in subprogram 1. See, these are all 100s. And first it calls tab 1 to show the background, tab 3 to display options and test for the clicks on the options, goes to tab 4 to fill with the tile colors or the motion colors or dual colors, and then tab 6, which has to do with jiggle and inflate and bounce. Tab 7, set the movement value sequences for X and Y and R. Well, and tab 8, display the letters. And then it has a cycle counter, which when the game was started was set to 0. Well, here each time it comes around a cycle, it's going to add 1 to it. And then it's going to mod it with 80 to make sure it just goes from 0 to 79, from 0 to 79. Highlighted another section of the main program. It sets the font to bold 22 point, the color to a dark red, sets the X and Y values to 1125, that's the position on the screen, and then it sets put the text on the screen, game number. Then add a little to X, and then box the number for the game number on the screen. After that, does another XY position, and sets tall and wide to 18 and 240, the color to 48, that's a green-blue, and fills a rectangle with that color, and then says that rectangle is clickable, it's click number 2. Then it adds a little to X and Y to move over. That's to put the text in. Then it sets the font to bold 13 points, the color to 990, which is yellow. And says put the text in there, toggle the answer on and off. Then it says that's clickable as click number 2. And then it says add, well, okay, if it's not clicked, it goes to AE down here. If it is clicked, it's going to add 1 to the show answer, mod it with 2. That means show answer can only be a 0 or a 1. That's why it says it's going to toggle it. It's going to toggle it on and off, show the answer, don't show the answer. Now I've highlighted the rest of it in green. Here it says for I of 0, and then down here it says next I till 5. Alright, this is going to be for every one of the green boxes. It's going to check the answer. It's going to say if the picked answer is not equal to the answer you're supposed to have, it goes to AG down here. But if it goes around here all 6 times, 0 to 5, that's 6 times, it's then going to say they matched down here. But they matched is going to blink because here it says tick T14. So this value is going to go from 0 to 13, 0 to 13. It says if it's less than or equal to 7, don't do it. Don't show they matched, even though the answers were correct. If it is going to show it, it sets the X and Y values, the color to a dark red, the font to 440 tall, that's pretty tall. It's going to say they matched. In either case, it always comes down here, sets an X and Y value, a color black, a font bold, 18 points, and puts the text heading for this game. Then it adds a little to X and Y and says your heading, and then exit. Well, let's go and look at the screen. Here we see heading for this game up here and your heading down here. We also saw where it put game number on the screen and then lets you enter the game number. Alright, this is the end of the video for the main program of the Headlines game.